Hi, we are WaterX, making things better. This is a simple glass of water. In industrialized countries, such as the United States, a glass of water is not a threat. I can use this to cook, I can drink it, use it to clean, I can use it for various different things, bathing, etc., etc. But it's not a threat. Actually, this is a right. But in countries like Ethiopia, clean drinking water is more of a privilege. Approximately 80 million people, or about 75% of the population in Ethiopia, they don't have access to clean drinking water. Here in the United States, we can't wrap our brains around that. We can't comprehend that. But that's something that they live from day to day. Why is this such an issue? Because it's difficult. Villagers walk miles per day. There's an actual report out there that you can research on YouTube where there's this young lady who leaves her village. She spends 8 hours a day, 4 hours to water resource or potential water resource, 4 hours back. When she gets there, it's difficult to retrieve the water. She may have to dig several feet underground in hopes that some sort of a small reservoir of water. And if it's not there, she may have to go to another spot, and so on and so forth. Then, if she gets it, she puts it in dirty pails, brings it back to her village, and that water may make them sick. This is not a threat in industrialized countries, but in Ethiopia, you can get sick. They use it for the exact same things I do: clean, cook, bathe, etc., etc. The world has been working on this problem for many decades now. Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, has kind of led the charge to help third world countries like Ethiopia solve their clean water problem. Why is this such a problem? Ethiopia water concern stems from geographical issues. Infrastructure isn't there like it should be. Political issues, you have the many factions that are fighting over the resources that are there and the adequate resources that are there. Engineering and economic concerns. There's not a lot of, the further away you get from the greater metropolitan areas in any country, the less the engineering, the less the economics that are available to people. With Ethiopia, Ethiopia developed a plan for accelerated and sustained development to end poverty. Now, a part of that charter was to eradicate clean water issues that they were having in various different countries throughout the continent. They have different types of co-ops that work together to try to solve this problem. And you can see here there's many current government also includes cooperatives as means to organize and develop the societies. There's various different things that they're using, working with private industry and governments, public industry to try to solve this problem. Unfortunately, the problem hasn't worked. So now it's up to the people. So how do we do that? Well, we can employ something called rainwater harvesting. It uses various different, it's very simple. You just take rainwater as it falls on a roof, as it falls on any sort of a flat surface of anything like that. It goes through a filtration system, then it goes to various different tanks. Once those tanks are again, they're filtered, the water is again filtered. It may go to a pipe outside of an area, or it could go down into a well where there's also filters there that anyone can go retrieve at different times. So harvesting techniques would address the geographical and political issues. So that's the good part of harvesting. Rainwater harvesting will help overcome many concerns as this technique will utilize rainwater to its fullest. So this is kind of a sophisticated way to harvest rainwater to help solve their problems, but it is a choice. It is an option. Here's some of the rainwater techniques that are used. You can see these are areas that are poverty stricken, but they are using rainwater reservoirs to take advantage of any type of rain that does come their way. Now, WaterX also employs something that converts air to water. How is it used? It's an ingenious little contraption. It's about 30 feet tall. It uses bamboo type of material and just kind of simple tarps along with ropes and whatnot. And what it does, it actually pulls moisture out of the air. The mesh, the water will actually attract to that mesh and then drip down into a tank. And that's where the tank is housed with water. And the water drains through filtration system, and then it goes again. It goes to pipes that you can access the water or to go down into a well. And it produces about 26 gallons of water each day. It's safe, drinkable water. The bamboo and mesh are accessible, easy to clean, and the water costs about $550 to erect. So it's a cheap, inexpensive way to gather the natural resource that's already there, which is moisture in the air. Now, how do you do that? It's not just as simple as erecting that stuff. So you need the logistics part of it. Logistics, this project will be managed and constructed by an experienced team from WaterX. We have different types of equipment. We will bring all the different types of material that's needed. Tarp, bamboos, we will bring, if water harvesting is the way to go, we will bring tanks, we will bring filters, anything that's needed to get the job, we will do it. Costing. The budget for this project will consist of the following components: the sitting of the equipment, drilling if needed for rainwater harvesting, mobilization and demobilization. We will use current equipment that is there. If we need to move it, we will. And if not, then we will use what's there. Development, installation, that's when the engineers come in. That's where the maintenance guys come in. Testing, that's where the biologists come in. WaterX will provide all of that. Now, how do you sustain it? Within our timeline, logistics and installation timing is vital to the flow of the project. So the idea is to have 10 wells completed within 2 years. And each well, it'll take approximately 7 to 8 weeks to build. And the process is ongoing until all the wells are completed. So the idea right now, we have an idea of about 10 wells that we want to build within a certain time period. Sustainability. Sustainability, this is probably the most important part. WaterX will bring it, but Ethiopians will actually keep it going. They will sustain this whole situation. WaterX will hire Ethiopians to maintain the wells and distribute the water. We will also train these Ethiopians to test and maintain the well systems. We will help get you there. We will bring the materials to help get you there. We will help you test. We will help you erect. And then we will help you audit your system so that when we leave, that you are completely self-sustaining. The ROI. Because most Ethiopians are willing to help take out loans for this to be a success, ROI should not be a problem. We are offering investors a 30% or 36,000 ROI 4 years from the time the agreement is made, 4 years from the time that we break ground. That's when the ROI should be coming into play. So far, water collection techniques have proven successful in many different countries. Mexico City has been one of them. Certain areas within Russia, certain areas within India. So we would like to bring those different types of techniques to Ethiopia and get this problem solved. We will use rainwater harvesting. We will use the Waka Mark system, which is the pulling condensation from the air and producing water that way. I thank you for your time and hope to hear from you very soon.